Wow, awesome to see so many people here, despite what we Germans call soup coma. So fantastic that you're all here. Promises, progress, projections. First, I want to give you a clearer view of what to expect from us in the future. What will guide us when making product decisions? Where are we heading? What are the promises we want to fulfill? Therefore, we developed for us what we call the one-line concept and the 5 customer promises. Starting with the one-line concept. Shopware is a collection of powerful tools and engaging services that can elevate your shopping experiences by providing compelling e-commerce interactions, generating long-term customer relationships, insights, and actionable results. Quite a long sentence, but what is it about? It's not about just one product, it's about a platform of products. It's about interactions and experiences rather than just transactions. And it's all about humans, data, and the intelligent interlinking of these 2 domains. This one-line concept can be seen as a guiding North Star for us. And it is from here where our 5 customer promises emerge, which represent for us the guardrails on our way to this North Star. So, the 5 customer promises. What can you expect from us? What can you rely on when working with us? What are the principles we are following when building our products? And in which direction are we heading with our products? Today in the keynote, we already heard about decreasing complexity and increasing adaptability, about shoppers that strive for engaging experiences, and about visionaries that build and builders that dream. And our promises underline this. Number 1, open community adoption. We are built on an open tech stack with a huge proven developer community. We are open source, and we encourage building trustful relationships and create a diverse network of partners and tools. We are stronger together with engineering excellence. Number 2, easy to integrate and run. We foster fast integration and customization. A simple yet powerful extension system, APIs and integrations to connect into your stack seamlessly, and Shopware is fast, reliable, and scalable. We are the e-commerce nexus. Number 3, outstanding shopping experiences. We build simple and powerful tools for you to create exceptional, human-centric sales experiences, to create sales experiences that excite and engage your audience on every channel. Those of you who have known us for a while now know that we've always broken new ground here before others did, and we will continue that. We look and feel the future first. Number 4, automation of consumer and enterprise activities. We automate your day-to-day activities, from simple store processes to complex enterprise scenarios. And we will not only generate insights out of these, but will also give you actionable next steps. We automate everything easily. And the last one, but definitely not the least one, data and AI-powered stickiness. We help you unlock hidden potential in discovery, sales, or retention. And we do this by creating compelling data-driven services. Services that create super shoppers and super merchants. We are creating super shoppers and super merchants through data. The one-line concept and the 5 customer promises. They should give you orientation on what to expect from us in the future, what we will deliver. They should show you the direction in which we want to go with Shopware, in which we want to develop Shopware further. But what does all this mean in practical terms? What do we already build today in pursuit of those principles? Therefore, I would like to welcome my dear colleague Stefan on the stage. Welcome, Stefan.
Yeah, thanks, and welcome also from my side. So, Owen just told us about the principles and the promises that we have at Shopware for our product. And I would like to give you some examples that rely on them. So, let's start with easy, integrate, and run. And when I think of that, that brings me to the part of apps and our app framework. So our app system-based apps minimizes and standardizes the contact points between Shopware and the third-party extensions, how they integrate and how they can add functions to the store. And we are always expanding this system, meaning that more and more complex scenarios can be integrated with Shopware. And what does it mean for you as merchants? So extending your shop with plugins and apps is quite easy, I think you know it. But if you think of update processes, it's easier with apps from our app system because due to this higher standardization of the integration. And our app portfolio is growing even more. So we have like this apps released during the last month. And now let's have a look at Automate and our enterprise activities. We already heard about something about the flow builder in our keynote today, and I would like to give you some other examples. The multi-inventory feature was already released at the beginning of this year. With this, you can handle information about different inventory locations directly in Shopware. So with these warehouses, you can also create warehouse groups for a better organization of them. You can define priorities and also use our rule builder to define a specific handling of its warehouse groups, of the products that are related to this, and also of the stocks. And for a better integration with external systems, you can also bypass our stock calculation so it can be handled by an external system. And in the future, we would like to combine this also with other features like split orders or multiple deliveries based on the warehouse information. Another feature what I would like to mention here is customer-specific pricing. With this, you can transfer the individual pricing conditions for customers you might have in your system directly into Shopware via an API. And Shopware will use this information on different points along the customer journey. So let's say a new customer visits the store and you don't have any conditions assigned yet. So this customer will see the prices that you have assigned to your products. When then another customer logs in and you have already assigned conditions, Shopware will use that prices to show it to the customer and also use that for calculations. So this can be done, for example, if you have a loyalty discount or even the special prices for B2B customers. And this feature is also compatible with our current B2B suite and also with extensions. So when talking about B2B, then let's have a look at our B2B components. Then as I explained in the keynote, that we are going to rebuild our B2B offering from an all-in-one suite to a more composable solution. So therefore, we have a deeper look into all the current features that we have in our B2B suite. We also considered the results of the user research that we did. And of course, we get with the feedback that was provided by you, our community. And along this, we broke it down into several smaller goals for each of these components, so that we can work on them very individually. And we will not release each of these components completely. So it's more about go all across these components and select these goals that brings the most value for you, and start working on them. And we are not going to take the concepts for them one-to-one from our B2B suite and transfer it to the new B2B components. We will rethink everything and build it up from scratch, so it can fit better in our Shopware 6 standards like headless, API first, cloud native, or flow builder native. And we already started with it, like mentioned, with our quick order options. So the first goal, what we would like to tackle here, was to provide a bulk order based on file upload, also the search for the product numbers. So with this, you can upload files with product numbers and quantities in it, and that will be all listed in an overview. In this overview, you can also add your individual products, and you can search them from the product number. Or of course, you can start with an empty list and add all of them individually. And finally, if you are ready with this list, you can transfer all of these items directly to the cart and go to the checkout without going through the whole shop process and this whole shop journey. Another part that we already have started with is our employee management. And the first goal here was to enable the customers in Shopware to act as a company to do all the add employee stuff and so on. That sounds a little bit easy, but from the technical perspective, it was not, because this was the basis for all that comes after this, like roles and rights and the budget management, for example. So for this, we created different architecturals, different proof of concepts that we could evaluate with different partners and agencies to find the best solution for your projects that you can start with. So with this, at the first step, we could develop more and more concepts for how to handle the employees then. And now we are going to do this so you can add the employees to your customer with their own logins, with their own cards, and after that we will continue to define the roles and the permissions for them. With this year, we want to provide a flexible foundation across all of these components to speed up your initial projects. We want to build the essential B2B functions so that they can be used out of the box and if you want. And when the feature set is ready enough, then we want to provide a migration path so that customers can switch from the B2B suite to these new components. It's about that B2B merchants can deliver the experience they want to their customers. And like Vanessa already mentioned, we are spending 50% of our capabilities to make this happen. But yeah, we are also working on other cool things. So this will be explained by my colleague. So welcome on stage, Jonas.
Thank you, Stefan. All right. So, I want to talk about a topic today that, our CTPO Mark was talking about earlier already. It's AI. So the intention on this topic is just incredible. And to be frank, when it all skyrocketed last year, mainly through the release of ChatGPT through OpenAI, we also got caught a little bit by surprise. But hey, from all what we know, we're not really the only one. So it kind of hit the whole tech industry from A to Z, starting right at the beginning of the alphabet. So, but of course, some more, some less. And at the same time, we know AI is not really a new technology that just kicked in and out of nowhere. The difference is that it reached a point where it got acknowledged and, more importantly, adapted by the end user by becoming an obvious part of their daily doings. And this makes it really incredible, crucial for us, and we believe the entire e-commerce industry. And of course, we want to contribute by providing what is necessary to create those super shoppers and super merchants. So I want to show you a bit what we were doing this year already, so that you get an idea of the direction where we are heading in the future. The starting point is, of course, the Shopware AI Copilot that Mark introduced. But let me clarify, the AI Copilot is not an AI by itself, but rather a set of solutions and features which we released and going to release in the future that are powered by AI in one way or another. Also, however a customer probably try to solve in the future, we always will have to ask ourselves whether an AI or machine learning approach could contribute to a solution or increase the customer value. For example, via fine-tuning and natively integrating a pre-trained model into Shopware, or even training a model entirely by ourselves based on the data that we collected. But as soon as the solution contains sort of a direct human-AI interaction, it becomes part of the Shopware AI Copilot. Because unlike a chatbot, it's not a universal interface. We integrated it smoothly into Shopware 6. But also this way, we have to be aware that not to confuse too much. So we defined and implemented consistent components and elements and guidelines for the AI Copilot to ensure a comprehensible and intuitive user experience, so that you know how and where the magic happens when you need it. So that's said about the AI Copilot. Let's see what's already part of it. Actually, what you see here on the screen is, or was, our very first approach to see the power of ChatGPT in action. We integrated it into the product descriptions. Like, when you're shopping online, how often have you read a product description that felt sort of superficial and didn't provide really the relevant information you were looking for? But up to a point, this is understandable because it can be quite challenging to create a relevant and engaging product description that does the job well and contributes to my buying decision. So to make lives a bit easier, you can generate a full product description by giving the AI the context via some key information. The outcome is a fully formulated description that can serve as a starting point or be used straight away. So staying in the product module, there is another area where the AI Copilot kicks in, and it happens around product properties. Adding new product properties can be a very repetitive and time-consuming task, and often is also a source for errors. But it's essential for online shopping, and if something is wrong here, it has quite a negative impact usually. Shoppers are frustrated because they are not happy with their choice, but I cannot find their products at all. And merchants have to deal with returns or manually effort to adapt the faulty information by hand. With this first step, you can now generate product properties for a given product based on the product description to save time and effort for all relevant properties. All right, the next one is about image keywords, and you might already anticipate what the Copilot is going to do here. It automatically recognizes the context of an uploaded image and defines keywords of what's on the image. The keywords are then saved as metadata and can be used, for example, for the search in admin to look for the images, or used as alt tags for SEO. So you might remember that Mark has shown you already how the Copilot helps with content generation in the shopping experiences. Since I suppose you have seen it, I will just now going to add one more feature around this topic, and it's about checkout messages. Here you can leverage the AI Copilot by automatically generating a message for your shoppers on a confirmation page that is based on what the shopper just bought. So you configure the tone of voice, the length, the availability conditions, and then enable it. And instead of the same cold standard message, the shopper sees one with a bit more personal and individual touch. So the next one I want to introduce to you is review summaries. So product reviews can have a big impact on our buying decision too. And sometimes there are quite a lot of them for a product, and it takes time to read through all of them, screen them, find patterns that, again, help us for our buying decision. With the AI Copilot, you can generate a summary of the reviews for a product and show it on the product detail page. The Copilot suggests the wording again, which you still can edit, and then decide whether you're going to show it in the storefront. And this can save a lot of time for shoppers, but also for merchants to understand the direction of the feedback for a product without reading through all of them. And at last, I would like to share the final feature with you for today. It's about customer classification. So instead of manually defining and selecting a certain cluster of your customers, you can now create them automatically via the AI Copilot. So after selecting a range of your customers, you activate the feature via Classify. Then you provide some information with more context, like a use case, to the Copilot via a prompt, and then let the magic happen. Based on the given context, it returns a suggestion for a segmentation, including the matching conditions. You can edit the result, and if you're happy with the outcome, you eventually see it with your customer in your customer list with the associated tags. You can use the text then for something like marketing emails or, for example, in the flow builder. So, this is altogether the start of the Shopware AI Copilot with those 8 features to try out. The features, of course, also include the AI-assisted data export and the content generation with ease that Mark showed you earlier in the shopping experiences. And since this is the beginning, we will see continuously evolve the Shopware AI Copilot. And we're really thrilled to see how your ideas and our ideas come to life with it. We believe that the data and content with AI will reshape the e-commerce, and it's pretty exciting to be part of this development, to be honest. And yeah, by the way, it's available today, and I also think since yesterday for all distribution forms. However, before I finish now, we cannot do it alone. You're part of the community, and so we are actually very curious what you think about it, about your ideas and your feedback about anything that we have shown you today. So please feel free to visit us in the product corner, connect with the Shopware product people there, get a glance at new features, development insights, share your ideas. Also, you can always use our new feedback portal to share your ideas later on. You can find it behind the QR code. So thank you all for listening. Thank you, Aaron and Stefan. And of course, thanks to the community that is contributing every single year in so many different ways to it. And last but not least, also the Orga team of the SCD 2023.